Who knows who you are? Who knows what you will be? Who knows what will become of us? We will only discover it by living. Oh my, what a song start today! And a dance. Tuca tuca that has nothing to do with it. A little dance. In the style of De Gregori. And what is balletina alla De Gregori? I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious to know in other languages. If you like my sung intros that are not sung, because Eigen still doesn't translate the sung song, it only translates the vocal part. Many times this really makes me laugh. I go back to watch my videos, especially for the sung intros that are funny. But if you are following me in another language, share it with your nations in your languages. You would do me a huge favor after obviously subscribing. Otherwise, what are we talking about? That said, what I want to talk about today is precisely in the who knows who you are, who knows what you will be, marriage, that much maligned, and outdated marriage, and cohabitation. Let's start with marriage. Let's start with marriage. For those who want to get married, for those crazy, crazy people, you are crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I am married, obviously, but I was almost obligated in the sense that my wife is Ukrainian, and back then, which now seems like a lifetime ago, Ukrainians couldn't stay here in Italy, and you won't believe it, because you will probably see this video in the future. I also tell my son in the future, your mom couldn't stay here in Italy. No, no, no. A visa was required. She could stay a maximum of 6 months in a year at most, of which 3 plus 3. So 3 months, then she had to leave and then come back for another 3 months. She couldn't stay for 6 months. She couldn't, not even for 6 months, except for special permits for study, work, various. Okay, which obviously they didn't give you because we tried, but they wouldn't give it unless there was a real reason. However, I wanted to say something else. Since she couldn't, with marriage, obviously you could bring her over, right? Well, I have a particular story. I got married there, okay? But in general, today, many don't want to get married, rightly so. Basically, especially for a man, marriage is a contract, which unfortunately is a contract. At least here in Italy it is. In some countries a bit less. It's a contract where you have everything to lose and nothing to gain. I mean, as a man, you have almost nothing to gain. Then today we are moving towards equality, evolution, inclusion, whatever you want. But fundamentally, a man has nothing to gain from marriage, not counting the money spent on the wedding itself. While for a woman, it could be an advantage for pension survivorship, custody, and various other matters. Some documentation still in Italy requires marriage to do certain things. In fact, several of my friends got married after having children, but many now do not want to. What I can tell you, if you decide to get married, which is fine, I did it too, so sooner or later, you have to hang it up. Like hanging up the little shoes, right? They are not little shoes, but you still have to hang them up. So you need to get your head straight and be serious. If you decide to get married, alas, I advise you. I advise you because here we don't teach anything. At least a year of cohabitation. At least a year. Because it is true that now there are quick marriages, etc., quick separations, etc. But it is always a divorce issue. Always. So it's better to think about it beforehand. And living together is essential. You can do it now, but we are already together. She comes to me every weekend. It's not the same thing. No, but we spent a month on vacation together. It's not the same thing. Trust me. Living together is a fundamental test to understand if she can be the right woman for you. If you don't live together, you can't get married As far as I'm concerned, that's my opinion. In the sense that you take a big risk anyway. You might marry her, and then she moves your toothbrush from the glass to another drawer. You go crazy because for you it's a fundamental thing. And there are divorces. I said something silly, a toothbrush, to make you understand that in a house, everyone has their own habits. One likes to sleep nice and warm under the blankets, covered up, while the other likes to be in Siberia with the penguins, with the window open, and the cold inside the blankets. I mean, you understand that there are some things you can tolerate and others you can't. Because living together is something made of sacrifices and renunciations. So if you really decide to get married, or have children, or to have children before getting married, I recommend you try a long cohabitation, at least a year, especially for those who don't want to get married, but want to live together before having children. Do a cohabitation because after having children, you can't go back. So before having children, maybe do a cohabitation and then decide everything from there. You can understand if you can live together or not. You always have to consider that people don't think about it. You always have to consider that the person you're bringing into your home isn't just, well, let's see how it goes. You have to keep that for the next 50 years in the house. If all goes well, even longer. So, if you decide to live together and know that this person has to be there for 50 years, 500, 200, we almost become immortal in immortality. You will have them there for eternity. Let's say at least 50 years, hopefully, right? And she does something that bothers you. It's really something that annoys you. Do you think it's better to tell her right away? Or do you want to wait 10 years to tell her? Help me understand. No, because then people get divorced over these things. So I give you a friendly piece of advice. Tell her right away. The woman, just like the man, the same applies to both. Needs to be trained right away. Sometimes I jokingly say tamed. Do you know the difference between training and taming? Taming is done for monkeys, so there's a bit of a difference. In Italian, there's a bit of a difference. However, many jokes, which maybe some don't find funny. Your partner needs to be trained right away. Listen, let's make things clear right away. For me, when I go to the bathroom, I want the door closed, and I don't want anyone to come in. I mean, if I'm on the toilet, you shouldn't come in. I'm just saying something random, okay? Just something. Because if you come in, it bothers me. When I'm in the bathroom, it's my privacy. It's something I hate. When I'm in the bathroom and they tell me things, come here. I'm in the bathroom. I'm not here. Just consider that I'm not here. Basically, I'm absent. You call, is Magno present today? Is Magno there? No, he's not. How is he not there? I saw him earlier. He's not here. He went to the bathroom. He's not here. He's absent. I'm telling you one thing to say 1,000. So, no. But then we argue. We just started living together, you. I don't want you to. But what don't you want? You have to be with him for 50 years. It's better to tell him right away, obviously. Without going crazy and throwing the phone at his head, calmly. Finish, go over there and say, listen to one thing. When I am in the bathroom, you must not come. Never. No, never. Do you know what never means? Never. Otherwise, we can't live together. I'm telling you. I'm telling you today. So I don't have to repeat it. Does she do something else? I don't know. She eats alone. She leaves. Do you like to eat together? No, we have to eat together. Otherwise, we'll stay at my place. If you eat at noon, I eat at 2:30. What do? I eat at my place. I say random things not related to me, randomly to make you understand everything. It's better to tell her right away. Trust me, tell her right away, solve a lot of problems. Then, maybe she responds to you in another way and says no. For me, this thing is important, and on this matter, no. And there you decide for the next 50 years if you are willing to accept this thing. Always repeating, for the next 50 years, I am willing to accept this thing. If not, decide if it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, if it works for you, okay. If it doesn't work for you, it's better to end it right away, because it's not like another woman will come in the next day. It's always the same one. So either you accept it or change. It's useless. There are also some couples today with modernity where one stays at their place or the other stays at their place. Everyone stays at their own place and they live well peacefully and are very happy this way. Everyone is free. So I hope I have given you some ideas for reflection and I made you laugh a bit, as is my style. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel. If you want to see me in other languages or on my other football channel, you can find all the links in the description. And we will talk tomorrow, as always, at 7 in the morning, Italian time. Is that okay? Bye, beautiful people. I plan not to get married. I'm not getting married. Fascist? Fascist?